So I'm much more happy with these shelves than I was. I'm still not super happy with them, but I'm more happy with them. And now I have space for the more realistic stuff. I still need to put that together. Um, yeah, because I had to take everything off to readjust the shelves and that sort of thing. We have my little pet love and play house and the ham house. That is the actual one from my childhood. And I had that one, the one in the back in my childhood, but I, didn't keep it. I gave it away. Um, some teeniest tiniest play sets, which I was also going to sell, but oh, I like them so much. I don't know. I don't know. We have a couple more things up here that I was thinking about selling as well, but then I was like, well, I mean, they go in my collection so well. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe eventually. And then we have a whole bunch of things that I am never gonna sell. And I think I'm gonna put all of these things, these are like all my favorite items, and those are gonna go on my desk and on these shelves here. And then, like I said, that up there, it's really hard to get up there. I don't have that much space and things get dusty, so I'm thinking it's good to leave just like big stuff that I can dust really easily. I don't know what I'm gonna put here. And I don't really know what I'm going to put here either. Like I said, most of the briars are up for sale, so hopefully that does actually happen and they do actually get sold, and then I will have another shelf there. This is another like drawer of things that I am thinking of selling or that I was thinking of selling, but then I'm like, oh no, I have space, I guess. I don't know. So I definitely have a couple things that I'm thinking about. We'll see. Oh yeah, and these, I need to find a place for these guys. They're so cute, but I need to find some place for them. The thing is, and I'm like, I'm so stupid. Why did I not think of this? I forgot that the power platform is a different size than the floor of the Illuma rooms. Like the floor of the Illuma room is way smaller. So I brought some of the floors, and obviously they don't fit in there at all. Anyway, or did I try it and it didn't work? Anyway, whatever. Eventually, maybe I'll get an Illum room here and I can actually set things up. But I brought that whole thing of AG Minis, and I was gonna set up AG Minis in there, but then I'm like, I don't know. Do I set up? Oh, I also really like the Barbie Swan fits up there. Makes me so happy that she actually fits up there. Some of these things are like, this is up for sale, this is up for sale, this might be up for sale. But yeah, now I have space. She fits up there. It's so good. This AG Minis set is complete. I bought it in box because I remember when I was a little kid and my mom, because they had retired these, and so they were like half off, and my mom was calling to order them on the phone because that's what you did in like 2003, 2004 or whatever. And I really wanted this set, but it was already sold out. It was already gone. So with my adult money, I bought this set. And now I'm like, it really doesn't have a lot of play value. It's the cabana, beachside cabana set, because when you have the paddock, then there's like, you can put other horses in it. There's like all sorts of stuff, more for me to do as a kid anyway. But yeah, I'm not sure if I want to display that or if I want to put either the ham house or the Littlest Pet Shop house here. And then, I can take out all of my Littlest Pet Shops and play with my Littlest Pet Shops on that shelf. So I don't know if that's going to be Littlest Pet Shops or if it's going to be AG Minis. I haven't decided yet. I'll have to figure it out, because then I'm also like, maybe I should just sell that because it is, complete. It's in the box and everything. And that box is gigantic. I feel like, obviously I feel like I can't throw the box away. But I also can't really sell it here because, I mean, it's American Girl minis. Who in Sweden, in Europe, is going to want to buy that? I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's my main decision. I'm hoping people buy Like I said, I'm keeping Milton and Rain, so maybe they can actually go up here. But I'm hoping people will buy those other horses, and then I will have that shelf, and then I will have this shelf, and then I can figure out what I want to do with this shelf, whether it's going to be AG Minis or the Littlest Pet Shop. These things, yeah, I could sell them. I could also keep them. I don't know. We'll see. I keep taking things from my room and bringing them back in here. So I have that top thing, whatever. But I want to display these stamps. I'm sure I've talked about them before, but like this 90s Sanrio stuff, a lot of it belonged to my mom, and she just let me play with it as a small child. And I'm like, oh my God. So now, of course, a lot of it is missing or broken or whatever, because I was really little. Like, I was careful with my toys, but at this point, I was probably like 3 or 4. So yeah, anyway, and man, some of these stamps, like, they keep their ink forever. Like, I have these 2 My Little Pony stamps, which I really want to clean up, and now I'm like, my entire life I thought this cap went with this one. Obviously it doesn't. It says Bloomer Bunny on it, so that's why this falls off all the time and gets ink everywhere. Oh, okay. Anyway, so I want to clean those guys off because they are super cute, and then I can display them somewhere with the ponies. So I'm pretty happy with this. I like having my project drawer. I like that everything fits in here. There are, like, now I've said it like a million times, but I want to be able to display those, and if I can't display them, then maybe I will sell them. I don't know. Now I have a whole bunch of things, like this drawer, this drawer, this drawer, this drawer are all things that I could potentially sell or give away. So this will not be the last going through of everything, because I think I can still make more space. I did end up deciding to keep this. I just love these guys. They're so cute. And now I have this nice little plush display. I really like my plush display, actually. Funny how that works. But yeah, here's to another year. Another year. Yeah, hopefully I won't be buying anything new, because I also, you know, I want more space because I want to make it easier to move, but I also want more space because I want to restore and display and customize all of those things, and I want to make more of my own things, and I want to be able to play with the Ham Ham house and play with the Littlest Pet Shop house and have space for all that. So, am I quitting toy collecting? Technically, kind of, yes, for a while, until I figure out where I'm going to be living and how many shelves I'm going to have. So, but you know, I haven't, since I got back from the US, I haven't really felt like going to thrift stores, but I haven't really felt like going to cafes either. I just haven't really felt like leaving the house per se. So maybe that will change. But yeah. Anyway, I will probably make another video once I am done, like completely done setting up all these displays, and I will probably make another video about all of the stuff I am trying to sell as well. And yeah, it's good. I'm making progress. Okay, so I decided I am gonna set this up. Oh yeah, it works, it works. All right, so we open it up like this. And I would say, I don't want to start off with something negative, but my main complaint is that this is not reversible. So in the, what do you call it? The paddock set, you know, there's like a snowy side and a green grassy side. I never used the snowy side. I don't know, you know, and they gave you like quilt batting or whatever to use as snow, but I mean, this is pretty cool, right? So I'm gonna set this all up because I don't know, I can't be bothered to set up the camera so I can film it. Yeah, but I've made tons of progress with my office, and then I'll, you know, show the office when I'm done. Oh my god, you guys, look, the Meowshmallows going to the beach. This is just really delightful to me. So as I started putting this together, I realized some of these, like these are slightly squishy, the sand pieces, and the plastic is kind of, I don't know, it's a little bit sticky. Is that plasticizer leakage or something? I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to leave this like this forever because of those issues. I did actually get a cord that I can plug in here. All of the lights are extremely dim. I don't know if that's a problem with the cord. I don't know if it's a problem with the absolutely ancient platform. I don't know if it's a problem with the tiny little electrical plugs, whatever. Anyway, like I said, I'm so entertained by this. I wish there was like a tiny book, like a tiny little beach read that one of them could have. This one's wearing a hat. This one's, doing some sun tanning. This one's playing with a ball. I love it so much, you guys. I was so obsessed with this as a kid, this set. And like I said, now as an adult, I'm like, I'm glad I had other ones because this one, it didn't go with the rest of the sets as much. It wouldn't have had as much play value, but it is just very 2004, 2003, 2004, right? The whole, hibiscus print. And this was the era of the California Girls Barbie line, which I loved that, obviously. And I was also thinking, I was like, what does a palm tree look like? Because I feel like I maybe have the leaves sticking up too much. But anyway, I'm gonna leave this like that for a while at least because I think it's so funny that the Meowshmallows are going to the beach. Yeah, because that's these guys, which I got this summer. So I'm gonna put this back here somewhere, and I have those little plushy guys there. I don't know, I will figure out something else to put there as well. And then I guess it's just up there. That's my 2000s shelf. Eventually, as I sell a few more things, I will have that shelf down there. And then I can have either the Ham Ham house or the Littlest Pet Shop house. Maybe something there as well. Yeah, because maybe I can move the Briars and Brietta and then anyway. Now there's space for all the things that I want to show. Anyway, I'm actually really happy with how my display turned out, so I'm going to show that for a sec. I'm actually really excited about my random plushie display up there. Like I said, hopefully the Littlest Pet Shop tin I will be selling, but everything else up there I'm going to be keeping. Then that plushie thing hasn't changed much. I still have, of course, tons of stuff in drawers, but now I have more space in the drawers, so that's nice. I have another drawer of, well, at this point, this is just kind of random overflow stuff, ponies that are not on display. My project drawer, my AG minis, and the Crimp and Curl Salon. What is it called? The My Little Pony Salon playset, which I love. It's so pretty. I love the pastel colors and everything. But you know what? It's too big. It's time to finally say goodbye to that one. So I will eventually post that on Vinted, and then I can go through my AG minis and put those up, and that's gonna be so fun. I have an absolute disaster down here, but anyway. This is gonna change. That's just a temporary, I didn't have somewhere else to put those items at the moment. This is, I guess it's kind of a 90s shelf, although I have like some of my thrift finds here. These are from the early 2000s. I found those at a thrift store, but I had those ones as a kid, so that was fun. Yeah, kind of 90s, this is a little bit more modern. This I found in a thrift store. I just thought it was so funny, a little evil fakey. Then we have a mix, I guess. This is just like a little bit of everything. Some stuff I found some of these things at a thrift. Some things I found locally. Yeah, but I've also put pixie tails on like everything, which is so fun. Yeah, and then I have all of my ponies, not all of my ponies, obviously there's still some in the closet, but the majority of my ponies and some keepers and some other 80s toys. So these guys I found at the thrift. I put some pixie tails in there. Those are things that are going to be up for sale, so hopefully I'll have that shelf available for I guess we can start up there. Available for the Ham Ham house or the Littlest Pet Shop house, because I would love to set those up and display them. So up there is kind of like the 2000s shelf. Most of that is either actually from my childhood or stuff that I played with in my childhood. My self-made shelf hasn't changed. We have this, now that I think about it, I actually have not set this up yet. I have a bunch of little critters and stuff in there. So yeah, but I mean, that's pretty much what it'll look like. This, which I love so much, the little Meowshmallows going to the beach. I don't know what I'll do with that space. I can do something else with it. None of the bigger play sets are going to fit there, but maybe I can put something small there. We'll see. Anyway, but what I'm happiest with is my desk area. I'm so happy with this. So I have, this is just like desk stuff down here. And then I have, some of my favorite childhood items in these shelves. Some more favorite childhood items / thrift finds / recent amazing acquisitions. And then this is just some of my favorite, most colorful, coolest items up here. I like that, my little compact, teeny tiny compact toys shelf, and just some more cute stuff. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. Oh, I've also pared down my Calico Critters, Sylvanian families a lot. I still have some things in here, like I know these guys are forest families, but there are some forest families that I'm going to sell as well. These are also from my childhood, so I'm going to have to, well, I would like to put those up on the shelf somewhere. But yeah, then everything else is under my bed, and hopefully I will be able to sell it and, or give it away or whatever. And then I will just have, and like I have so many options because I actually kind of like this random little display of childhood items up here. And that looks kind of nice too, but I would like to bring those down to one of these shelves so I can, well, kind of play with them, I guess, because I just brought home, oh yeah, I have some Betty Spaghetti here. I just brought home this giant bag of ham hams from my parents' storage, so I want to take all of those out and like restore them and set them up in their little house. And then in one of these drawers, now I've changed up my system. Oh yeah, here we go. In one of these drawers I have Littlest Pet Shop, so and also the Barbie accessories. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. Lots of fun stuff. And I'm also excited about going through my AG minis. Like I said, I had some brilliant idea that I was gonna set up a room like without the Luma room. I was like, maybe I can stick the magnetic walls to the shelf somehow, and then I can hang things on it. I don't think that's gonna work, or it's gonna be way more complicated than I thought. And worst of all, I already dropped one of the walls in this little like crack between the back of the shelf, so it's down there behind the drawer somewhere, and I really have no idea how I'm gonna get it out of there. So yeah, that will be a project for another day. So I also brought home this little metal tin, which is full of teeny tiny toys, some of which I was absolutely obsessed with when I was little. I thought we could just like go through them. There's a lot of things that I don't actually know like what they are or where they're from, because I got them in little baggies from garage sales or antique stores or from other people, but I'm gonna take them out of here, lay them out, and then we'll have a look. Okay, where to even start with this? I don't know if anybody but me is actually interested, but we're gonna go over this anyway. So here we have, like, this is a Bella Sarah figure. I don't remember where I got most of these. Obviously some of these are newer, like these guys and this guy and these guys are newer. I got them like in toy stores where you could pick out tiny little things. I have no idea where these tiny little birds came from. And some of these are from antique shops. Like these guys are from antique stores. This guy is like the same mold as some glass ones, like Joseph Originals maybe. but he's in plastic. Then I have some like hobby train miniatures. The plastic has really degraded on some of these. The thing is that some of these little squishy guys were actually my mom's when she was a kid. So not surprising that the plastic has degraded a little bit on those. This guy was also from an antique shop. Like, I used to go antique shopping when I was a little kid with my parents. These are from Miniature Grand Champion sets. We have some Lego cats. I had the Lego alarm clock. I remember that. We have some Littlest Pet Shop fakies that I used to get at the dollar store. Some random art supply things. This little panda, that's actually a bead. Can you believe that? How cute is that? This little penguin is also a bead. And then this little mouse, that might be like actual jade. I mean, there's jade is pretty common, like Alaska's kind of known for it. So I wonder if that's what that is. You know, why was it in my childhood stuff? Probably just because it was a tiny mouse and I begged for it. And then we have some random, you know, gems and stuff, some Hallmark, some that I'm sure people just gave me or I loved because they were tiny or whatever. A lot of littles, which I got when I was in New Zealand, I'm pretty sure, when I was really little. They were, you know, on super sale because they would stop producing them or whatever. And I remember one set came in like that plastic backpack type of a thing. I'm pretty sure these are from like the stretchy clothes Polly Pocket, like these guys. That guy I'm not sure about, but I know these guys are. This was like a make it mall set, and there was like a little mold that you could make the little animals. I wish I still had that part. That would be fun. But why are these guys like just plain white? You know, they like don't have any features or anything. They're kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. Then we have a whole bunch of Barbie stuff. This is also from a Barbie set I had when I was really little. The tiny little bird that went inside is long gone, unfortunately. Some American Girl. These go with like Josefina's chicken, I'm pretty sure, which I got at a garage sale, if I remember correctly. Some puppies, surprise, baby surprise in my pocket. This I found out is actually a Star Castles figure, which is weird. Maybe somebody wants that. I don't know. These are from like Christmas ornaments. I have no idea where I managed to get this, but look, it's the dog to the, you know, to the Sparkling Snowland, the Polly Pocket Sparkling Snowland. So now I have it complete. I can't believe that I still have it. This is from Miss Party Surprise, and I used to have the other pets for the longest time. I don't know what happened to them. They're gone, but I still have this guy, and I still have, this was like a little ink pad. It was like a little stamper that you could stamp with their little paw pads. It was really cute. These guys, I was wondering if anybody recognizes these guys. I think they may have come with dolls as well, but the dolls are long forgotten about. This was some weird early 2000s fakey toy line, if anybody recognizes those. This guy, I also don't know where he came from, but he is a Pound Puppies, obviously, or Pound Jungle or whatever, but I never had that playset. No, none of my friends did, so I don't know where he came from. This was from Merwees. So I had, you know, and I almost wonder if this was also like popped out of the Merwees compact or something. I kind of wonder because I had like the birthday compact. Some Snubbies. I had no idea that I still had those guys. Some, oh my God, now I'm like, I'm pretty sure I had that Lion King compact, you know, from like my cousins had it, and it was still complete when, you know, they handed it down to me, and I just took all these tiny little animals out of it, and the compact is long gone. No idea what happened to it. I think this went to one of the other ones. But yeah. Oh, sorry. This guy, I have no idea who this is, but I was so obsessed with him as a kid. So if anybody knows what this tiny bunny is, you know, let me know. Then we have Anastasia's dog. We have Mulan's little bug, which clearly I cut off of something. Clearly he was attached to something. I hated it when things were attached. Never liked that. Oh, and then look, it's the LPS Chihuahua, you know, #1's collar. Oh man. And one of Coconut's little bones. This is from Polly Pocket set. I think this is from the same Lego set that the cats came with. Some more random items. This came with a Fisher-Price set where it like made sounds. You know, there was like a cat bed and a dog bed, but no dog and cat. But I was like, it's okay. I've got lots of critters and I loved that set. I played with it so much. And my dog chewed off the tail. I had my dad get this off of the perch for me because, like I said, I never wanted things to be attached. So now I'm like, I'm an adult. I'm gonna fix the tail. Do you think I can do it with epoxy sculpt? It's not really, I mean, it's pretty hard plastic. Yeah, maybe I can fix the tail with epoxy sculpt and like put this up somewhere because it is pretty cute sculpt. And these used to come in the vending machine at my elementary school. It was like this, and I'm pretty sure it was a little doggy too or something, which is so funny because I had a dream about my elementary school and I was just thinking about the tiny little, you know, machine that you would get these little erasers out of. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. Wow, I don't think this box has been open for like 15 years.